Hi guys, it's Patty from Patty's Crafty Spot, and I'm here to share with you another item from Cutterpillar. This is the Cutterpillar Crop. Now, how many people have gone to scrapbook retreats, paper crafting retreats, whichever, and you bring a cheaper paper cutter because you don't want to worry about something breaking in your suitcase or whatever. But when you go and you make the projects, if you're like me, I'm very meticulous about getting straight lines and everything. So after I have spent $300, $400, $500 to go to a retreat, I don't want to come home with a project that's all hacked up because I couldn't cut my paper straight because I'd gotten a cheaper paper cutter. So a year ago, I went to a scrapbook retreat, or maybe 2 years ago. I've been to a couple of them. And I had a paper cutter. I just was not happy with how my projects were coming out. And I was able to pick up the Cutterpillar Crop there. And I love this thing. So I have the bigger one. Let me show you. So I have the big honkin' daddy, and this is an original one. And if I could easily pack this up in a suitcase and take it with me, I would. However, I'm afraid that this thing would get broke. I spent a lot of money on it. I actually got this at a pre-order that they had. Cutterpillar was doing a pre-order, and I think this was when this thing first came out, and I have used this ever since, to the point where I wore these lines off, and I contacted them, and they gave me this sticky mat that I could lay back over and have my grid lines. Now they come out with the ones very similar to the one that I'm going to show you. However, at the time, like I said, this was an original. I think I had ordered this, I want to say probably like in a February, and I feel like, I don't know when they came out. It's been probably well over 6-7 years maybe, I'm not sure. I feel like I got this when they first introduced them, and I got it in February with my tax return, and I didn't get it to almost the end of the year, to the point when it finally came in, I actually forgot I had ordered it. And this is the best paper cutter I have ever gotten. And I have literally used it since. Like I said, I wore off the lines on this thing. But if I could pack this up in a suitcase and take it with me, I would. But the fear of having it lost in luggage or broken, I mean, you really have to pack it right, because this is heavy. And not to mention what, it's going to cost a lot in your suitcase if you have to pay for the weight. So like I said, I went to a scrapbook retreat a year or so ago, and I hated the paper cutter. I went over, I tried to get another one because I was close to a scrapbook store, or craft store rather, it wasn't a scrapbook store, craft store. Got another one, just didn't like it, couldn't get my lines to cut straight. And after paying all that money, it was just disappointing that I couldn't get my paper cut straight. And nothing makes me upset more, especially after spending that kind of money on a retreat, to have miscut paper lines. So anyway, I picked this up. Comes in, or doesn't come in, you can purchase separately this awesome case. And it has a strap, so if you wanted to carry it over your shoulder, you definitely could add the strap to it. And it also has these nice straps in the case itself, so it protects it. So it is nice and stuck in here. It is very small, so you can pack this in your suitcase. And weight-wise, it's not very heavy. It does have some weight to it, but it also has weight because you want some weight to a paper cutter, because you're cutting paper and you want to know, like, it's going to, do well. Not that weight makes a difference in cutting paper, but you feel like this is a good solid paper cutter. So it tucks in everywhere here. Now, pulling it out by the bar is probably not the best. However, it's not meant to be a handle. I have to say that sadly, I do use it as a handle sometimes. So anyway, so this one here is different. So this one does have the grid lines in it now, and these are etched in it. You can see. Some people have a hard time seeing it, so I have seen where people will put black paint on it and wipe off a lot of it, so it just goes into those little lines. However, it does the job for me. I don't really need to do that. It does expand out. And what's nice about this is sometimes when you have these pieces here that come out, you lose where your measurements are, kind of the fold. This one you don't. So let me see, maybe this little piece. So say at 7 inches, you can line that up right at 7 inches. So you can see the line right here for 7 inches, and you can line that up right at the 7. So you're not losing anything in between here because you can't figure out where it's supposed to go. So it's like 1/2 inch and then 5/8, and you can go so forth and go down. And it lines up nice. So I have also had issues with paper trimmers that the arm swings out and I lose where my measurements are in here, but not this one. This one's nice. So anyway, it has that. It does also come with the light if you would like to go ahead and put some batteries in. I don't. I have a lot of light in my craft room, so I don't need to do that, but it does have a light. Also self-sharpening blade, just like the big one. And by the way, like I said, that big paper cutter, I have never had to worry about the blade. It self-sharpens, which is nice. So let's go ahead and let me show you cutting some paper. So let's just start 6 inches. And just like that, you can just see, I don't even really have to show you. You can see how awesome that cut, nice and straight. And let's go again. Let's go down to 2 inches. Up or down, doesn't matter which direction that you want to cut. And then 1 inch, so you can see kind of where the 1 inch line is. It's just a smidge over that green line. So if you want a 1 inch, just like that. And let's see how well I did. And as you can see right on there, perfect, 1 inch. And if you want something where, say you need a 1/2 inch, so just in case you weren't aware, so we're at 6 inches right here. It's literally 6 inches because that's the piece I cut. Say you only need a 1/2 inch, so you just go down to 5 1/2. And you get 1/2 inch strip. Do you need a 1/4 inch? We go down to 1/4 inch, so I'm at 5 1/4. Again, nice, perfect little pieces. All right, so this was 65-pound weight cardstock that I just practiced with to show you. So, and again, white, let's just cut some white paper. Let's go 5 inches. Nice and straight. So when you do cut it, you want to make sure that your blade is up against this metal bar right here, because it also is how it self-sharpens. So you do want to make sure when you're cutting, you're right there on it. And let's go ahead, and I have 1 10-pound. So this one's a heavier piece. So let's go ahead. And I'm just doing 5 inches just for ha-has because, you know, it's easy. Look at that, just like butter. And let's see. Let's go 8 inches. We'll just go up a little. Whoops. Just like that. Easy peasy. And that was me. That wasn't the machine. That was the way I did it. And we'll do it again. 7. And then let's go back up because I... Perfect. Okay. And then let's cut some acetate. So let's show you how well it cuts on that. So let's line it up. Look at that. Perfect. Well, you can't see it really well, but it cut it perfect. Let's go again, a little smaller. Look at that. No jagged edges, nothing. Nice, smooth, clean cuts. And that's what you want. Let's do craft paper. So craft paper is a little, it's supposed to be 65, but if you guys ever feel craft paper, it seems to feel a different weight than, say, 65-pound white or 65-pound black. So let's just go ahead and give this a chop. Straight, every time straight. All right, let's go ahead and cut chipboard. So I do have a video that I will link down below that I had cut chipboard on the bigger cutter, and I've cut chipboard on that since pretty much since I've had it. This one here, I don't know if I would cut chipboard that are smaller pieces because you don't have a huge area to grip onto, because when I do cut chipboard on the bigger one, I have my arm laid all across it. I'm helping to hold the chipboard in place so it doesn't fall. The smaller ones, if you do have to cut a smaller piece of, a piece of chipboard that's like, say, a 6x8 or something, this one doesn't seem to be too bad. I always, when I cut chipboard, so there's a lip up here, so if I put this here, it's not going anywhere. So when I cut chipboard, I always cut it from the bottom up because I use this to work for me, helping hold the chipboard. So let's just throw it in, just like that, okay, and it cut it. So some people say it doesn't cut chipboard. I have used that other one since day one. I have tons of tutorials, as you can see, and I always cut my chipboard with that. So people, you know, like I said, some people say you can't. I have always had good luck. Some people say they haven't. However, I have used it for years. So cutting smaller chipboard, again, there's not a whole lot of space here, so it's a little more challenging, but just like that works for me. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to come on here real quick and show you how awesome that this Cutterpillar Crop is for going on scrapbook retreats, or if you don't have a lot of space in your craft room too, you can do it. I do recently started making a tutorial, and I did have this on my desk because I never show cutting paper because I can't keep dragging that big one over. So I was like, you know what, why don't I just start using the little one so you guys can actually see me cut paper. But anyway, if you're going to a crop and you want to have your projects looking really nice and straight because you've spent hundreds of dollars to go there, why not come back with a project that looks like it's worth hundreds of dollars, not being all jaggedy because you didn't cut it straight. But anyway, that is that. I just wanted to show you that. And if you didn't see my other video that I did before, I do have another video showing you the Cutterpillar Scoreboard, which is really amazing. It has this tool right here that comes out and will hook right in, and that is for scoring heavier weight cardstock. And also acetate folds really nice using this. I will leave a link down below to that as well. But if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you are interested in this or in the crop, the Cutterpillar Crop, I will leave a link to those down below. I do have an affiliate link, so I do appreciate it if you click that link. And if you do, you get to save money. Who does not love to save money? So you can save 15%, and the code to go ahead and save 15% is PCS, Patty's Crafty Spot 2024. So you can go ahead and save 15% with the discount code there. Again, I'll leave the link down below. That just lets Cutterpillar know that you saw my video. And anyway, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy crafting. Bye.